Synth of the Flesh, Filter Lamps, newest update, brought to us by this. Today, I'll be showing everything new to know about this update and a little bit of tips that should hopefully help. Also in the description, there are timestamps that should narrow down what you need help with. Okay, we'll be starting this off with the first new thing you'll see, Chore Levels. Cleaning up messes now levels up your broom. There are 10 different levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally 10. The higher the level, the faster your room will clean, and cleaning poo, vomit, burnt food, outhouses, and janitor stations will all add to your chore level. Then, the new weapon you should find in Crusades, the Blunderbuss, also known as the Mayhem Cannon. You get 3 bullets at reload after every shot, but shooting with no ammo will interrupt your reload time. It's similar to a shotgun, shooting a cone-shaped spread, causing higher damage at close range, and dropping off the further the enemy go. On the other hand, its heavy attack is a single, focused line. It's similar to a curse, where time slows down and you can aim at your enemies with this arrow. The longer you hold, the further you'll shoot, able to hit enemies farther away, but it also still has damage drop-off. Finally, for its mastery, you'll gain 1 extra bullet, adding 4, do more damage, and have further bullet range. There are also many small changes with followers you can find, all taking place in your temple. When leveling up followers, you'll notice they gain white eyes. Interacting with a follower like this will get you devotion and commandment stone fragments, but you have to do it one by one by one. But now in the new update, after performing a sermon or ritual, will automatically collect all white-eyed followers. You could perform Ascend Follower or Sacrifice Follower rituals and quit out to collect them if you already performed the sermon. And you should also notice that during sermons, followers' levels will appear above their heads to help show how close you are to leveling up. And for impatient people, you can now also skip sermons. After that, you'll probably find nothing new until beating your second bishop, aka having 2 Hearts of the Bishop. It's nice because right off the bat, you'll start seeing some really cool stuff. There are now multiple different types of poo your followers can make. Golden poo will drop coins when cleaned, and when used as fertilizer, your plant will produce either more gold coins or golden bars. The glow poo will attract fireflies around it, which can be caught for devotion, and will do the same as fertilizer. A massive poo will take longer to clean, but will drop more fertilizer and can trap followers in them until you clean it. And finally, a rainbow poo, which gives you 5 times more cleaning XP, and will instantly grow a plant when used as fertilizer. Also, apparently you could get this poo pet. I'm not 100% sure, but what I did, made a follower with the poo skin, clean poo with a janitor station, and eventually there was a poo only I could clean that turned into a poo pet. Just a small little pet that follows around the poo skinned follower. Then, when going back on a crusade and entering your 3rd door, you should run into a few new rooms. Some are material ones, the graveyard room, and the room with the hops, which are both used in the new brewhouse structure. Then there's a cotton room that you could use to make outfits. All will give you seeds, so you could plant them back at your base. And finally there's a new shop room with the shirt icon on it. You'll find a new NPC called Bareth. He'll make fun of your clothes, then unlock the Tailor structure for you, where you could use it to create outfits, which will be touched upon later. Then, once again, you'll find nothing until you beat your 3rd bishop, aka having 3 Hearts of the Bishop. Also, you'll need to at least have the bonfire ritual unlocked, aka just 1 Doctrines stone used. Then, once you have all those things done, go to your temple and perform a sermon. You'll get jump scared by snakes, then your crown will float away and become the snake thingy. You'll spout some random information, then unlock Sin, new buildings, and many other things. Since it's kind of the main focus of everything in this update, we'll start us off with the Sin. Sin is a new material, similar to Doctrines stones. Followers have a Sin XP bar, which can be brought up through certain rituals, structures, and activities. When the bar is full, their eyes will become black with a red cross on them, and they'll float to your location. Interact with them, and you'll extract a Sin from them, which is this worm-looking thing. But beware of excessive Sin collection, because it could send your followers to hell. Follower becomes damned when you collect 3 Sin from them in a single day. This will make them damned, and they'll disappear from your cult. To obtain them back, go on a crusade, and you should randomly stumble upon them. And after beating them 3 separate times, they'll give you a Sin and be added back to your cult. You'll have to go back and re-indoctrinate them, which is kind of good since you could change their appearance again. Also, if they had an outfit before becoming damned, they will retain it when added back. But obviously, you won't be able to get any Sin if you don't know how to. The worm should unlock an entire new Doctrine section for you, which is Sin. Also, for all the rituals, I'm using half the material costs from a shrine upgrade, since this is kind of late game material. But for Sin 1, you could choose between 2 new rituals, either Rite of Lust or Rite of Wrath. Rite of Lust costs 7 Camille flowers and 50 bones. They'll do a naked dance, where you'll choose a Mayflower to generate a Sin from, but after, they'll take a peace day and not work until the ritual is over. Rite of Wrath costs 62 bones, where you could choose a Wrath leader to generate Sin, but your followers will wreak havoc on your cult by fighting each other, getting negative traits, and breaking 2 random structure. For Sin 2, there are 2 more rituals. There's Pride and Gluttony of the Cannibals. There's Pride, costs 50 bones. You'll choose a follower to take the Sin XP of every follower and make it their own, until or if they make a Sin, also collecting some extra leftover Sin once they've already generated it. Gluttony of the Cannibals costs 62 bones and 1 follower. You choose a follower to sacrifice to your cult, where they'll be feasted upon to generate a Sin, and 10 follower meat. For Sin 3, you can get Doctrinal Extremists and Violent Extremists. Doctrinal Extremists will change the confession boost structure, allowing you to level up either follower's loyalty and the Sin XP bar bar once a day, leveling up a follower's Sin XP bar by 75%, and Violent Extremist allows you to be awarded Sin as one of the 3 mini-boss rewards on a Crusade. Finally, for Sin 4, you choose from Born of Sin or Blind Allegiance. Both are tied to the new mating tent structure, which will be touched upon soon. But pretty much, it's upgrades for newborn followers. Born of Sin will give you 1 free Sin after a baby is hatched, which just equals out the cost of you making one. Blind Allegiance will give a newborn follower a higher loyalty level, but it's kind of random, I think ranging from levels 2 to 5, but it could be higher. Those are the only levels I got. But don't fret, since all these can be unlocked late game with the Forgotten Commandment Stones acquired from the Mystery God, aka you could get all 8 of them in one save. Okay, now for the buildings. There's a few upgrades of already existing buildings that I'm just going to go over. The fertilizer and the seed storage both function in a similar way. You can only place 1 of each, and you can put all your fertilizer or seeds in for followers to constantly fill up your silos. There's also the Generation 2, which just allows your followers to also clean outhouses instead of messes only. They also added the leader tent, which used to only be accessible in penitence mode. Functions differently though, since you're only allowed to sleep through the night and you'll never be tired during the day. But enough of the lame things, now for the new structures. Kicking off with the brewhouse. The brewhouse structure is made specifically to use the new grapes and hop plants. With the book using different materials, you can make 6 different types of drinks: the Brog beer, fruit elixir, juniper drink, grape nectar, eggnog, and poop juice. You can make 3 drinks at a time for your followers. If you interact with a drink, you can assign it to a specific follower, and interacting with it again will unassign it. When ready, ring the bell, and all followers become the drink, becoming befuddled from the alcohol. Pretty funny when they become befuddled, since they'll stumble around and give you special dialogue. Usually nothing important, but on the not so funny side, they will constantly vomit, stumble into, and break decorations, and worst of all, fight each other. Sometimes killing each other, so make sure to break up the fights so that doesn't happen. And if for some reason you like babysitting complete drunken chaos, then you can make the Drinkhouse too. This will add 3 more drink slots, allowing you to serve 6 drinks at a time. The mating tent functions similar to a missionary, except you'll have to use 1 sin to mate. You'll choose 2 different followers, with each couple having their own unique success rate, which determine their success in making an egg. If 2 followers aren't compatible, it will result in a rejection, giving you no egg and a loss of sin. If compatible, they'll kiss and go into the tent, but sometimes they'll just come back out saying they couldn't make an egg. But when they do make one, you'll be prompted to choose 2 traits to give your egg. You can choose traits from the 2 mated followers and 1 from the 2 random trait slots. The normal egg could succeed only 2 traits, while a rarer golden egg can succeed 4 traits. Once completed, both followers will come out exhausted, one with an egg, placing it on the floor. Also, as extra info about the mating success rate, followers that are blood related will result in automatic rejection, and exhausted followers will have a lower success rate. On the other hand, followers who are friends or lovers will have a higher chance, and the Rite of Lust will increase all mating success rates. But what's the use of all the success if you don't know what to do with the egg? You can do 3 separate actions with them, either smashing it, which will give you an egg yolk, leaving it alone, which it'll eventually rot, or picking it up. If you pick it up, you place it in a new hatchery structure that comes with the mating tent. Once there, you'll have to constantly tend to it to hatch it, being able to tend once a day. You'll have to do this for 3 to 4 days until the egg hatches. This could also be sped up by using the Hatchery 2, which will reduce the time by 1 day. Then, after a long wait, out should come a baby follower. Their appearance will be based on their parents. 2 follower skins are the same, they'll take on the same skin with a random color. If both are different skins, it will pick a random between the 2. If a golden egg is hatched, it will become a lemur, caterpillar, or seal. Finally, if a unique follower is a parent, it will be born as an abomination. Give your creature a name, then accept it into your cult. The baby follower will randomly crawl around, not doing any task, and pooing all over. Once per day, you can show it affection, which will increase its loyalty by an entire level. You can continue doing this to make your baby's level higher until it grows up. When the baby becomes 13, they'll start walking on 2 legs, though it kinda sucks at it. Then, when they become 18, they'll go to you and give you a quest. They'll thank you for caring for them and become an adult. You'll now be able to fully customize their appearance as if you're accepting a new follower. But one thing they'll keep to signify that they were born in the cult is a bell around their neck. All followers born in the cult will have this bell, which can only be replaced by giving them a necklace. Next up is a drum circle, similar to a ritual, but as a structure. You choose a follower to extract sin from, and start a musical minigame. It'll have 3 lines where you'll have to press the corresponding button when the note reaches each button. If you press the wrong button, or let a note fall to the bottom, you'll remove all notes and insert them over. Each successful note will increase the follower's sin XP bar, with a failed note not affecting it. Once you fill up the bar, you'll gain 1 sin. Any extra sin XP you win, your follower won't gain. If you don't max out your bar fully, you won't get the sin, but you will get the sin XP you won so far. Whether you win or lose, the drum circle will go on cooldown, taking around 2 days before you can perform it again. You'll know when it's off cooldown when the firewood comes back and it isn't Ashton Char. Also, if you have your music off, you'll miss out on this super unique music that plays. And the last instructor is a Re-Indoctrination Stone. Once unlocked, it will automatically be placed on your Indoctrination Stone, shown off by the gold around it. For one sin, you'll be able to re-indoctrinate a follower, being able to change their appearance and name as if it was the first time you accepted them. Also, followers born as abominations cannot have their skin changed, and will just waste your sin. And the last thing the worm will unlock for you is a temple section. You'll be able to level up your temple, which just changes the look of it. Each new upgrade adds something to your temple's interior design. Level 1 being a new floor, level 2 is a new wall and stained glass window, level 3 will get you 2 new lamp statues in the corner, level 4 is a little table of candles, level 5 will get you 4 pillars in your temple, level 6 will give you 2 new lamp statues and some banners, level 7 is 2 crown statues and a spike fence around you, level 8 you'll have 2 chandeliers, level 9 will be candles in the darkness surrounding you, and finally level 10 is 2 fountains on the wall and what I think is smoke in the dark. Along the way, you'll also unlock 3 new temple themes. The Aesthetics of Humility is the default red one, the Aesthetics of Nature theme, which is a plant-like one with a huge pond surrounding you, the Aesthetics of Bone theme, which makes everything skulls and bones, and last, the Aesthetics of Gilded theme, which is a golden theme bedazzled by jewels. Also, all levels and themes will affect the outside of your cult, with the Nature being a reef, the Bone being a Jolly Rogers, and the Gilded being this golden jewel covered thing. All levels will display a different crown in the front of your temple. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that should be all the things the crown worm will get you, but that doesn't mean that's all what's left in the update. With this new update, sadly, now followers' loyalty level is capped at 10. Once they reach level 10, they can participate in all other loyalty level activities, but their XP bar will remain stagnant. But to make up for this cap, once a follower reaches level 10, they'll give you a special quest. They'll ask to become your disciple and give you the ritual of discipleship. It costs 75 bones and will make the chosen follower a disciple, as shown by their halo. The disciple can re-educate dissenting followers, and now the devotion poo will start spawning in your cult. A devotion poo will drop devotion when cleaned up, and when used for a plant, it'll start generating devotion that you can collect. But that's not all the disciples have to offer for you. They'll also give you 2 unique structures that only they can interact with. The first one is the Empowering Shrine of Disciples. After placing one, disciples will go to them and pray, bringing up a little bar. Once full, you'll then be able to gain an assortment of buffs for your next crusades, which include 1 or a half blue heart, 1 or a half the red heart, or 5 to 10% damage increase. The other one you unlock is the Disciple Collection Shrine, which will collect devotion from other buildings like the Shrine, Grand Shelters, Tabernacles, Devotion Harvest Totem, and graves affected by the funeral ritual. It's just a hub building that collects all devotion from them and stores it in one place. Hidden around in Crusade Rooms, you'll sometimes stumble upon these statues. They'll help you find the new lore tablets. Keep an eye out, since sometimes they blend in with the environment, attack them multiple times, and they'll use a beam to open a pathway above you. You can sacrifice an entire heart to receive a lore tablet. Make sure you do, since you can only run into 1 statue per crusade. The bonus tip to find them better is to look for the statue in the shadows at the top. Also, only look in rooms with nothing above them, since they can only open gateways above. So, any room like this on the map may have one. Also, speaking of maps, you can find them using the telescope card, which will reveal them for you on your map. There are 10 total lore tablets that you can gain from the statue. There's also now a new question mark room, the Dungeon Graveyard. It has 4 graves that can be dug up, finding various things like skeletons, bones, and 3 lost lore letters. Finally, the last 2 lore tablets, you'll find one underneath Harrow and the other behind Mancha's Fire. Both NPCs can be randomly found in these question mark rooms, or Harrow can randomly be stumbled upon during a crusade. Also, side note for people who've already beat the game, you'll find Harrow's lore tablet in the meat resource room instead of the question mark one. And now to return to that Barrett NPC from the start. After beating your second bishop, you're finding these new shop rooms with a little shirt icon. After talking, she'll give you the Tailor structure. You'll have to unlock it from your shrine, where you'll be able to make new outfits for your followers to wear. In the first tab, you'll be able to select 5 outfits you want to make, then you'll play this little game where you'll have to click on 3 little parts to make each outfit. In the second tab, you can customize them by changing the color, though you have to craft an outfit at least once before customizing it. Then, finally in the third tab, it'll display outfits that you have made and the amount you have of them. Click on the one you want to assign, and then look for the follower you want to give it to. Also, when accepting a new follower into your cult, you add outfits to them from here. The Tailor is nice to keep your cult looking hella swag, but you can't really do that with only these outfits. So I'll show you how to get them all. By default, you should already have the Acolyte's Robe, Peasant's Blouse, Laborer's Tunic, and the Ragged Robes. You'll be able to get 9 more outfits, all from Bareth. Once per crusade, you'll be able to purchase an outfit recipe for 5 gold bars. You'll have to meet Bareth 9 separate times to unlock them all, having to buy the Merchant Shirt, Evening Frock, Genteel Jacket, Scholar Shirt, Modest Robes, Sensible Dress, Grass Skirt, Night Skirt, and Picnic Attire. And no, they won't be in this order, you'll randomly get each outfit. And the last normal outfit you can unlock, the Naked one, just perform the Rite of Lust 5 separate times to unlock it. Next is Unique Outfits, which you can only make one of each. There's the wedding suit and wedding dress, which are both unlocked from performing the wedding ritual 3 separate times. The chef's jacket, you'll need to smash 3 different eggs from the mating tent. Then the knight's armor, you just need to have a heart demon with you on a crusade, and it'll drop the recipe instead of a heart for you. The ceremonial robe will be unlocked after a single follower confesses 5 times in the confession booth. It doesn't matter if it's sin or faith. The maid dress is unlocked by cleaning 100 messes with your broom, as in you have to clean 100 poo, puke, or burnt food, not anything from outhouses or janitor stations. The fancy robe will be dropped after absolving sin from 5 separate followers. For the Drink Tender's Fest, you'll have to serve 30 drinks to your followers. It'll be dropped after ringing the bell once you serve them all. The Jester costume will be given when you've made 25 outfits in the Tailor. And finally, the Warrior's Cuirass will appear when you perform the Fighting Pit ritual 3 different times. Also, obviously, all these actions will start counting after you've unlocked the Tailor. And there's actually 10 more outfits, but they're all DLC content and not the free kind. If you have the Cultist pack, which is $7, you'll get the Spring Tunic and the Flowering Frock. Next, the Heretic pack, also worth $7, will give you the Acolyte of the Old Faith and the Enforcer of the Old Faith. Finally, the newest pack, the Sinful Pack, costing you 7 buckaroos, will give you the Garb of Kwai, Human's Coat, Gothic Dress, Mystic Robes, Officer Suit, and the Olympian. But if you're planning on getting all 3 just for the outfits, just buy this bundle right here, which is $18, which should save a few bucks for you. And obviously, you won't be able to use anything I've mentioned before without knowing what materials to get. Grapes, hops, and cotton are all plants you could find in Crusade resource rooms. They can all be grown in your cult, and you can buy the seeds from Rakshasa, which is to the left of the door area. Silk threads are made in the refinery with spider silk, harvested in Silk Cradle, and could be collected from Barris Room. And yolks are acquired by smashing eggs from the mating tent, and can be turned into food that will turn old followers young again. And to continue with the recipes, there are now 6 new follower skins. You'll get the Caterpillar, Lemur, and Seal skin from hatching golden eggs. You unlock the Snake skin when you get all lore tablets, as in all the heart sacrifice things. The Worm skin is found by breaking all objects in Barris Room and will be dropped somewhere among the rubble. And finally, the Poppy skin is in Darkwood, which is either found as a follower or from the Leshy boss fight reward chest. Also, if you missed a chance to unlock some of the bonus skins, you can now get them from the Mystery God. The skins you can unlock are the Twitch Mouse, Twitch Cat, Prankers, Ralphers, Hoggers, Lion, Penguin, Pelican, Huey, Star Bunny, and the most iconic of them all, Volvi. There are also now 2 new decorations, the Beefalo skeleton and the Glomer statue, both unlocked from the Mystery God. But back to the follower stuff, they can now be affected by 2 new statuses, being Befuddled, where they'll puke, stumble around, and fight. Fighting leads to the next status, Injured. Followers will limp around and cry, acting similar to a tired follower. You can wait for them to naturally heal, since their status won't increase unless they get in another fight, or you can take them to the healing bay. There's also now a plethora of new traits that they've added. The Disciple trait, which allows for followers to re-educate descending followers, and use both disciple structures. Followers with the Jerk trait will make faces at the lamb, and steal gold from them. The Hot Temper trait causes followers to sometimes start fights with other ones. A Royal Pooper will only poo golden poos. Follower with the Scared trait will run away from you in fear, and can be bullied or reassured to gain loyalty. If bullied too much, they'll gain the Terrified trait, which will make them sit and cry in corners, making them completely useless. Both of those negative traits can be nursed back to normal by constantly using the Reassurance action. Followers with the Lustful trait have higher odds while mating, and celibate traded ones will have a lower chance. Fashionable traded followers will generate devotion 20% faster while wearing a unique outfit. Followers with the Hedonist trait will work 10% slower, but will generate sin 15% faster. But an Ascetic traded follower will work 50% faster, but will generate sin 10% slower. The Virtuous trait, they'll generate sin 20% slower, and the Unrepentant trait will generate sin 15% faster. Included in those traits, there are 4 new cult traits. They're just all the new sin doctrines that I've already gone over. Doctrinal Extremist, Violent Extremist, Born of Sin, and Blind Allegiance. They've also gone and added new things to existing NPCs. The best NPC in the game, Cronius, has some nice new theme music. And I guess Helab has some too. And the one with the most added content, Sozo. After finishing Sozo's quest and killing him, come back and pick the mushroom from his corpse, then back to your cult you can plant it, and once it grows, out will come Sozo. He'll ask for 5 menticide mushrooms. If you decline him, he'll just walk around, not doing any work, taking mushrooms in random corners. But if you do give it to him, he'll become brainwashed and run around acting crazy. Sozo doesn't sleep and will steal menticide mushrooms that are being grown in your cult. Regardless which one you pick, after a while, he'll come to you with a quest asking for you to find a Mushroommo in Anura. Go back into Anura and look for a follower room. You'll have to fight for the Mushroommo and then accept them into your cult. After a while, Sozo and the Mushroommo will interact by Sozo completely tearing them to shreds. Yeah, he eats them. After that, Sozo will become brainwashed and dance around the cult. Then, again, he'll ask for more mushroomos, infinitely eating them, and continually asking you again. But if you reject Sozo's request, flip out and descend. Send him to a prison and re-educate him. Then after you're done, you'll get Dr. Sozonius. He's the true version of Sozo. You're saving him, he'll give you the mushroom follower form, and walk around your cult, acting like any other old follower. You can either kill and use the ritual of resurrection, or make an egg meal to make him become a younger version of Dr. Sozonius, which acts like any other stupid follower. Like most updates, they added more to the settings tab. In the accessibility tab, there's the auto craft setting, which will automatically craft both outfits and buildings for you. There's the movement style switch with default and always run, which is confusing since there's only one movement type. There's also the invert movement setting, which will invert your WASD keys. Also, for the people who are god-awful at the game, they now have built-in cheats. They have the unlimited health option, which will make it so you'll never lose a heart. If you get hit, you'll do the damage animation, but lose no hearts. This makes disease hearts useless since they activate after breaking, but on the flip side, you always get a 50% no damage bonus after every crusade. There's also the unlimited fervor option, which, like it implies, gives you unlimited fervor, letting you cast as many curses and heavy attacks as you want, or infinitely heal with the Fleece of Fervor's favor. There are also now 6 new achievements you can get. The Holder of History achievement is acquired by collecting all of the lore, the tablets, letters, and notes. The Setter of Trends achievement is unlocked by unlocking all the outfits in the Tailor, excluding the DLC ones. For the Apostles achievement, you'll need to get 12 different disciples in one save, and no, they all don't have to be alive at the same time for you to get it. The Aesthetic of the Lamb achievement is unlocked when you unlock up to Cult 10 from in your temple. The Regenerate achievement is given when you unlock Dr. Sozonius, and finally the Propagate the Flock achievement is achieved when you hatch 5 separate eggs. And I mean hatch them, not make them. And nice little touch up, they've now added the achievements tab in the main menu, where you can now view them all. There's also now a new bundle, the Sinful Pack, costing $5 on Steam, but $7 on any other platform. You'll get 5 new follower skins, the Hammerhead, Sphinx, Ladybug, Tiger, and Llama. It also comes with 6 DLC outfits, the Garb of Kwai, Human's Coat, Gothic Dress, Mystic Robes, Officer Suit, and the Olympian. Also, 6 new nice decorations, the Lamb of Gold, Rose-Covered Cross, Flowers of Seduction, Vase of Vanity, Skull of Impurity, and the Scent of Sin Incense. But the best thing you'll get is this, the new Fleece of the Natural, which you're just butt naked. This fleece is cosmetic only, giving you no buffs or debuffs. And there are a ton of little mini add-ons they've changed. One would be Purgatory. Instead of having to wait an entire day, you can now use a sin to re-enter it instantly, only being able to do this once a day though. Also, now you're allowed to bring demons back into the One Who Waits fight. When a follower descends and leaves your cult, after beating all enemies, you have a chance for them to fall out of your reward chest. They'll have a random enemy buff on other enemies, but will fight similar to how you fight the Shimura followers. After you defeat them, you'll then be able to go back to your cult to resurrect them. You can now also give followers necklaces when you're accepting them, which can be done with the Choose Robes tab, but if you don't enjoy the look of it, interact with the follower and click Hide Necklace. This just hides it from view. They should still have the necklace buff. Finally, they added extra text below follower sacrifice areas that'll display when a follower won't be able to be revived after being sacrificed. Also, some nerfs came to the game with the new update. First, the Ritual of Enrichment has been rebalanced, aka it has been nerfed to the ground. You get way less coins than you used to get. I don't know how much, but it's just less. Commandment Stone Fragments are also nerfed. You used to be able to get them for every follower level up, but now you get them from every 3 followers leveled up. And the last thing, Lapis's dice, all variants, have become fragile, which just means they no longer recharge and will break after 1 use. And for some buffs, you should start finding random discounts for cards and decorations when purchasing things from vendors. Also, another, which I'm not sure if this is an old thing, but now when using Extort Thieves, you'll gain 3 to 10 coins from them, instead of it being constantly only 3. Also, just for the funny, here's some glitches I ran into. I don't know why, but every time when I went on Crusade to fight a witness, I kept getting stuck with the relic spawning until I went into a relic room, grabbed a relic, and then it just never happened again. One thing that is really weird that I keep seeing is followers are interacting with things while they're just not near it. One thing that's been here for like ever. The status effects remain after they are cured, just sitting at the top of the screen. This weird one where Hounds of Fate was just spinning around the corner and just wasn't targeting any enemies. Here's a kind of game-breaking one, using some objects keep getting me stuck in them. The healing bay wasn't as bad since I'm able to quit out, but with the leader tent, I just black screen and I have to hard restart my game. Also, one that was really broken was there was these frozen followers, and when I interact with them to try to get them to move again, it would freeze me and just break my game. One that was kind of odd was a follower just randomly moved from a prison to another one. without me removing any prisons, which was just weird. One that is like a speedrun tactic, which is kind of cool, was after I beat Kallamar, I was able to move during his boss fight defeat scene, which just let me leave early, and then followers constantly getting stuck while eating. Another is followers getting stuck in the temple when I leave before them. Then this minor one, where after I beat the one who waits, the camera was like off-centered, and probably my favorite, this guy just got glitched and kept the chef hat. Kinda weird, but I kinda like that glitch. Oh my gosh, I almost actually forgot. There's some new Twitch stuff.